Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Discourse. My name is Damlola Ogunshaki, and today we'll be looking at child abuse and child labor. And of course, to discuss with me today is Mrs. Betty Abba. She'll be joining us via Zoom, and she is the Executive Director of CHOPE Nigeria. And CHOPE is also known as a Center for Children's Health Education, Orientation, and Protection. You're welcome, Abba.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, and congratulations on the successful, commissioning of your project in Moki Village. Can you exactly tell us what it's all about?
Okay, thank you very much. The Center for Children's Health Education, Orientation, and Protection, also known as CHOPE, works with children in poor, impoverished, marginalized, and forgotten communities, mostly informal communities across Nigeria, Lagos here, and in some rural communities. We also work with orphanages. So generally, we work with vulnerable children. And so we've been working with children for like almost 7 years now. And one of the areas that we work with, one of our areas is education. And then over the years, we've also seen the need for ICT skills, because in this age, this computer or jet age, this very supersonic age, if you're not computer literate, you're at a great disadvantage. And so children from poor background, low-income homes, orphanages, generally do not have access to these resources. They do not have the opportunities. So it's one of the areas we are trying to work on, to see that these children, as much as possible, they have the opportunities that they basically lack. And so this time around, we decided to set up 5 ICT centers across 4 states. One in Monkey Village, which is one of the informal communities where we work, or slum communities where we work here. And then another community in Benue, and then 3 orphanages, one in Jos, one in Makurdi, also in Benue, and Kaduna State. So it's basically to have a center where children can access computer skills for free, and then also where they can also gather and be mentored, because apart from education and some of these skills, we try to ensure that as much as possible that we engage these children, we ensure that they are mentored, that they have role models. And because some of us were, as children, beneficiaries of mentorship, children grow up generally very bland in their mind. So they basically photocopy everything around the environment. They say this superstar is the latest reigning thing. They try to dress like the person, maybe the person smokes or glorifies smoking, glamorizes indiscriminate sex. They want to go after those characters, those role models, in quotes. And so we try as much as possible to ensure that they have some kind of the right mentorship.
Okay.
This time around, we're launching these 5 ICT centers. We already have one in Makurdi, which is, by the way, the biggest slum community in West Africa, where we've worked for about 6 years now. But we're setting up 5 new ones. We used to have one in the office, but we're moving them to the community so that they can hold them and they can have easy access, easy proximity to the center. So apart from ICT skills, they can have their summer schools there. They can have their e-learning. Right now that children are not in school, and many of these homes do not have access to TV or to internet, so they can also have their lectures there. So this is what we are doing right now. And the one of the orphanages is very, very important to us, because these are children that have been displaced by conflict. They've been orphaned by conflict, and so they lack parental love. As much as we try to ensure that they have normal childhood, we also have to ensure that they have access to quality education as much as possible, to the things that are needed, so they can grow up as normal adults as much as possible. And we just heard that most of these orphanages do not have computers. In fact, the 3 orphanages that we've adopted across the Middle Belt, not a single one of them have computers for children. The one in Jos has it used to have about 300 children. There are about 200 children, and they only have one computer just for admin purposes. Benue State.
Okay, Mrs. Abba, sorry to cut you in. Okay, this project that you just finished, will you be handling it yourself or handling it over to the government?
No, we're handing it over to the communities, to the orphanages, so they can run them.
Okay, so you're not running it yourself?
We have people at the community centers, at the community levels that we pay, and the orphanages will be sending them support so that they can own it. The orphanages are all in the middle belts, not central. And so they'll be sending them support to pay the teachers to ensure that the ICT centers keep running. And what the fact is that these children, many of them grow up as children of anger. And so the more skills we give them so that they can be independent, they can be self-reliant, that they can be self-motivated, the better for all of us. We cannot afford a situation where children who have lost their parents to Boko Haram, they've lost their parents to herdsmen conflicts. At the end of the day, they come out of the society, they grow up into a society without skills, without anything other than the anger that is inbuilt in them, knowing that their parents have been killed, and in some cases, there have been no consequences for the killing of their parents. So we try to equip these children with the right skills, the right resources, so that they can grow up as responsible adults. And I believe that it should be the responsibility of every school-spirited Nigerian.
Okay, for these children in the slum area,
we don't have so much resources. We're just starting with these 5 locations and 3 orphanages.
okay, these ICT centers, how easy will it be for these children to access?
Sorry?
This ICT center, how easy will it be for them to access? The ICT center.
Maybe we're trying to glamorize it. It's just a room in the orphanage or in the community we set up, and then we put computers. And then someone comes around to teach them basic desktop publishing, graphics, and maybe with time coding, and then filmmaking and all of that. So the ICT centers are in those communities. We're going to give them. Usually we have community coordinators, usually one of the grown-up children. We give them the key so they can have access to the place every time. And then in the orphanage, of course, it's right in the orphanage building. So if all the 3 orphanages have already set up dedicated rooms right in those orphanages, and they are painting them, they are renovating them, they are purchasing computers, they are sending to them. So it's just, we need them, they can always work there anytime, they can stay there up late in the night and work. These are just basic computers. And with time, we're buying sewing machines and other things that they can use to learn important life skills.
Okay, now so moving on, let's discuss the child abuse and labor. So over the weekend, 2 stories broke concerning 2 neighbors, a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old. So the former victim was abused by his aunts, who turned him into a maid and began systematically abusing him as punishment for any offense. This eventually culminated in her knocking nails in his head. Looking at this child, it was not just the nail that was knocked in his head. You can also see that the child has actually had different injuries on the body. And also the later was brought to Lagos and dumped at Ijesha garage, where she was supposed to be taken somewhere to be a house help. She was later gang raped and left to fend for herself and the resulting baby. So I want to ask you a question. Why do you think people treat minors this way?
What was the question?
Why do you think people treat minors this way? Looking at the child that had a nail drilled into her head, and also talking about the other child who was also dumped in the garage.
Because generally the law is not in effect in Nigeria. We are basically a lawless society because people feel they can do anything and get away. So there's a lot of impunity. The same reason why people abuse their house helps, why teachers abuse their students, is the same reason why rape is also prevalent, why people rape, because they believe that they can do anything and get away with it. Now, once you lay the blame at the footsteps of COVID-19 and the resultant destabilization in the economy, people are losing jobs, there's a lot stability, incomes are not coming into homes as much as before, and some people are under a lot of pressure and they want to vent their anger on the nearest vulnerable person around, which in most times is either their spouses or the house heads. But then Nigeria is not the only country going through an economic meltdown. Why are we not having that in the USA, for instance? Why are we not having all those reports from Ghana, even from India, with that large population? It's because of the law. And when you see people rape, when you see people resort to all kinds of criminal tendencies and abuse of vulnerable persons around them, it's because the law is not enforced.
But apart from the law, do you think
community, it is a country where people live in awe of the law? In US, for instance, no matter who you are, once you break the law, you are punished. Nobody looks at your face. So it's not because we in Nigeria have a tendency to rape or to be violent. It's because the law is not even in effect. And even the relevant laws, the NAFTA laws against use of children as house helps, against domestic slavery, and all the child rights acts against sexual abuse of children and all of that, they are there. But how many people are even aware of this law? How many people can understand them in their local languages? In Lagos, for instance, people are still giving out their young underage children in marriage. Meanwhile, there are all kinds of laws against that. They're just not aware. And then the major thing, especially with regards to the child, the abuse of house helps, is poverty. People are giving out their children. If this one decides not to be a house help today, before evening they are 10 lined up to become house help in that same household. And nobody is questioning why children have to be coming and going and all of that. So once there is poverty, people don't have much choices. They'll keep sending their children out. Once the law is weak and it's not enforced, and people are not even sensitized, people are not aware of their rights, these things will continue to happen. So we should look at the institution of what are they doing, how are they trying to ensure that these things do not happen.
But Mrs. Alba, does our culture actually encourage this, apart from the law? Because you've been talking about the law. Does our culture encourage this?
I think what we have in our culture is mostly fostering, where people send their children and say, okay, go and stay with your aunt, go and stay with your uncle, go and stay with my cousin who is in the city, go and stay with my nephew, and my older nephew, and all of that. So, but this, what we have happening, when you have some of these terrible abuses, it's not even just the fostering. Fostering thing goes on, and most times it's positive, and most times, sometimes it's abuse. But what we have happening are children being sent into domestic servitude. Children as young as 7 years, they are sent from Benue to Lagos to come to the house help, and the parents are given money, and then they stay around, and they are violated and are treated like slaves. We are not a country that is child-friendly. If we are child-friendly, the laws will be on the guard. You ensure that no child, as rich as Nigeria is in oil revenues and all of that no Nigerian child works as a house help, that no Nigerian child is out of school. That's because there's so much poverty and the government doesn't care. So people have to survive. And people are giving birth to 10 children, 12 children that they cannot cater for. And nobody is to say, why don't you people stop and look at family planning? So people are just left to their devices. And then there are agencies, there's NAFTA specifically, which is supposed to prevent child trafficking. Because what's happening is child trafficking. The NAFTA 2015 law that was reviewed, the NAFTA 2015 Act, is supposed to prevent child trafficking. But what did we have in that law? Before now, the working age for a young person should be 18. That's the international labor law. But NAFTA in 2015 reduced that age in Nigeria to 13 years. And I've been asking, I've been ranting, why would you do that? There's an epidemic of child house helping in Nigeria. Children are being abused. They're going to school. And if there's any country that should retain the 18 years, it should be Nigeria. Even Nigeria should even take it up to 20 years to ensure that children, young people stay in NAPTIP reduced the age to 13. So when you see a 13-year-old house help in a house being abused, what you can actually query them for is the abuse. You cannot take that to court as it is right now because they are not violating any law by employing a 13-year-old child according to NAPTIP law. Now, I saw a few days ago on my social media handle that if NAPTIP were as dreaded and as effective as NAFDAC under Dora Queen, this would not have been happening. It would have been minimized. You cannot rule a child abuse out completely because some people even abuse their own children and they think that it's cultural, it's right, and all of that. You may not be able to erase it finally, completely, at least as of now. But then, if NAPTIP were as dreaded and they have this exacting present that people were, everyone is aware, just like we had under NAFDAC, you cannot sell fake drug. You know that you're in trouble. People lived and worked and traded in all of NAFDAC. But it's not so under NAPTIP. We have the agency that is supposed to prevent child trafficking, have this domestic service in the name of house help. But what does NAPTIP do? NAPTIP operates more like a civil service. I've had cases in the past, in 2016, my attention was called to a case of a girl who had served as a house help for about 6 months. And under 6 months, she served in 4 houses. And out of the 4 houses she had served, she was just 16. Out of the 4 houses she had served as house help, I think between March and September, so 2016, she was raped in 5 of those places. She was raped in 3 of those places. And then, when, as the next, I think, before the end of the 6th month, at some point when she got to the 4th house, they discovered she was pregnant. She was barely there 1-2 months, and they discovered she was pregnant. And people said to her, this girl, let's say you don't carry the leg, you are looking very rounded. She had no idea she was pregnant. And so, the people where she said, they just gathered her things, bundled her and dropped her at Ido into Akwa to go back to Benue. She had been brought in from Benue. Her uncle in Osun State always wanted to have, or she and her siblings come and work in Lagos. He collects part of the money and sends some to their parents back in Benue. And then she had no idea why they impregnated her. She was at the Ido Park when my attention was called to her. She had been there for like 3 weeks. There was fuel scarcity, and so she couldn't go back to Benue because those people gave her 3,000 naira. Say, I beg, no work for us again. Don't tire. You are pregnant. You can't do the work here. And then the fuel scarcity, she needed like 6,000 naira to be able to go to Benue. And then she had 3,000 naira. And so she stayed at Ido Park day and night for about 3 weeks before I got to meet her. And she had spent all those money on feeding. Then she started helping the woman selling Paraga, all those non drinks to sell. And then the
Miss Saba, we'll continue after the break.
Sorry, we took her to NAPTIP, but NAPTIP could not help. At the end of the day, she had to go back to Benue. So if NAPTIP were an effective agency, this would have been reduced. So I think the hit should be on a national agency for the prohibition of trafficking in persons.
Okay, so we'll continue after the break. Let's go on a short break now.
Sorry?
We're going on a short break, and when we return, we'll continue.
Okay, thank you.
All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is a lunchtime discuss. I'm Damlola Ogunshaki, and I've been discussing with the executive director of CO, and that's Betty Abba. And of course, she has discussed some things with her. So you're welcome back, Betty Abba.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're talking about child abuse and labor. In many states, the child rights laws have already been signed, especially in Lagos, which was the first. Yet child labor, in particular, the practice of using children and maids persists. So why do you think this still continues, though the child right this thing has been signed?
Like I mentioned earlier, I think we have all kinds of law. We have the Child Rights Act 2003, at the national level. In Lagos, we have the Child Rights Act that was domesticated in 2007. And then even in 2017, we have the Child Protection Policy of Lagos State. We have all these laws, all these acts, and all these provisions and all of that. At the end of the day, are they enforced? Lagos is even above average. To be sincere, I work in Lagos, and the Lagos State domestic and sexual violence response team has been working a lot. So we have cases of rape there, quickly attend to it. The other agencies, Lagos is even above average. But most of those states, I think the first ladies, the government just signs this law to look good in the face of the nation, in the face of the world. Or maybe when they are interacting with UNICEF, and UNICEF say you have to sign it, sign it so that they look good. At the end of the day, these laws are not enforced. In Lagos, as much as they tried, you still see child hawkers all over the place. And these children are brought from Benue, from Cross River, from Ebonyi, mostly. And they are talking when they are supposed to be in school. So at the end of the day, when we say that the laws are enforced, they're certainly not enforced.
Hello, Miss Abba. I think we're having a break in transmission. Sorry for that. So we are still talking about child abuse and labor, and and she has Mr. Betty Abba has told us so many things concerning this child labor, and how some of the children, according to her, she was like an active, the law, it was reduced, the working age was reduced from 18 to 13, which is not supposed to be so, and this has actually helped, it has actually supported in the increase of these of child abuse in Nigeria. Okay, so I think Miss Abba. Okay, so I think I'll be going on a short break, and now when I return, we'll continue from where we stopped. Okay, welcome back. If you're just joining me, of course, it's still lunchtime discuss, and I'm Damilola Ogunshaki. And before the break, of course, we were discussing with Betty Abba, and she's the executive director of CO. But of course, because of the network, we lost that there. But you know, we're talking about child labor and child abuse, and also child labor. And you know, she mentioned some things. She was like the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, that's NAPTIP. You know that they in 2015 that they reduced the the working age from 18 to 13, and this is a part of this has actually contributed to the fact that children are still being abused, because when you see a child of 13 working as a maid in the house, of course in someone's house, you have you can't question the person or take the person to the court, for having this child to be working in a house, because it's actually right. But when they're abusing, you can always take them. But talking about Nigeria, there's something that has always baffled people. We have this fire brigade response when it comes to these to different cases online. When someone comes out to advocate for the particular case, while leaving the thousands of similarly affected victims in the same situation to their fates. That's Nigeria. We have this fire brigade response, coming out to talk about this, but we leave the other ones. So we really need to correct ourselves. We really need to work on, not just solving the problem, not just solving this thing, and just focusing on the problem, solve the problem, and not just the one that has actually come to play. So, of course, we'll still continue later in our other editions, but of course, on the lunchtime discourse for today, that's all. Don't forget that you can always like and follow us on our social media platforms that are showing on your screen, or visit our website www.vanguardngr.com to get more of our stories and also our breaking news. Don't forget to always stay updated. Stay safe, protect yourself, and also protect your neighbors. It's bye from me, Damilola Ogunshaki, on Lunchtime Discourse.